If you grew up reading storybooks or watching movies about pirates, you know two things are true. First, they're always searching for a treasure trove. Second, they wear eye patches, since pirates are notorious for being combative. The assumption has always been that they wear patches to cover an injured or missing eye. But according to new theories, perhaps those parrot-friendly buccaneers were pioneers in tactical technology, not stealing treasures. You might think they wore it because they lost their eye in a battle with a killer whale or in a fight with a fellow pirate. Or maybe there's another reason for that. There are two ideas about this question, both with its supporters and irrational evidence. The first camp says it is a fact that some pirates who wore eye patches most likely had nothing to do with a missing eye.
And backs up this theory with the fact that, when a person goes from a well-lit place into a real dark place or vice versa, the eye tries to adjust to the amount of light in that place to get enough light to see the surroundings, but in the same time, not to hurt the retina, which is responsible for receiving the images. It takes an average human eye about 25 minutes to fully adapt from bright sunlight to see in complete darkness. If a pirate was fighting on deck in the sunlight, then had to continue the fight under the deck where it is usually pretty dark, it could take too long for their eyes to adjust and for the pirate to be able to see. The eye patch could be used to prepare one eye to see in the dark, so when they would go below deck, they could swap the eye patch from one eye to the other, and see with the eye that is already adjusted to low light conditions. This would allow them to instantly see in the dark. And to make things clear, not only pirates wore eye patches, but also privateers did. Basically, almost all who dealt with ships in that era did that. You can test this theory for yourself to see if you agree. The next time you wake up in the middle of the night, cover one eye before you turn on the light. Find a target and then turn the light off and open both eyes. Perhaps you'll notice that your eyes adjust to your target more quickly despite switching between darkness and light.
The other camp has another reason for wearing eye patch, which is not adaptation to seeing in darkness.
As covering one good eye with a patch eliminates your ability to perceive depth, and when boarding a ship or during hand-to-hand combat, good depth perception is critically important. It is most likely a modern myth that pirates wore them to preserve their ability to see in the dark hold of a ship. While this would offer some advantage in that case, it is not worth the disadvantage of losing critical depth perception, especially during the dangerous operation of boarding a ship. The eye patch pirate stereotype is most likely the result of an association with famous fictional pirates, who often wore an eye patch or had a missing leg or hand. This trope was based on the high likelihood of injury to a pirate. Piracy was a dangerous job and loss of limb was not at all uncommon. Thinking of famous fictional pirates, you will see many such examples of injury, as in the case of Captain Hook's missing hand. So the most common reason why a pirate might have worn an eye patch is simply because it was somewhat likely for a pirate to lose an eye during dangerous operations. Eyes are particularly vulnerable to injury and infection. Often, removal of the eye was the best course of treatment in such a case. An eye patch would help protect the wound while it healed, and help cover the unsightly cavity after it had healed. False eyes in that time period were expensive and rare, as well as uncomfortable, inconvenient, and they generally did not look very convincing, so an eye patch was the most common way to deal with a missing eye.
In the end, either the pirates wore eye patch to see in dark places or to cover up a missing eye. We can confirm that it was truly useful for whichever purpose it was made for.